Joe Hopkins here doing another episode of You Need to Hear This Album, where I talk about albums I've been listening to lately. So, yeah, I was going to listen to an album, right, to talk about, and my wife asked me, what album are you going to listen to? And I told her a couple ideas. She said I should listen to that Chappell Roan album that came out. Apparently, a lot of people have been talking about it, right? She said, you should listen to that. So I took her advice and listened to it, and damn, that was a good album, right? Apparently, I don't know. I've been told there's a whole bunch of controversy and, you know, blah, blah, blah going on. I don't know anything about that. I just listened to the album. I focus on music. I don't know what's going on with anything else. But that said, the album was amazing. Right? I've heard her some of her songs before. I've heard the stuff. It's come up. It's been like in my periphery. And every time something of hers comes on, I've thought, man, that's really good. I really like that. Mostly I've been hearing like the poppier songs. It kind of, every time I hear her stuff, it sounds like it fits in with the current pop landscape. And then the song will go in a direction I'm not expecting, right? That isn't current pop landscape, and that's always pleased me, right? Like Pink Pony Club, I'd heard that one before. Some of these songs like Pink Pony Club in California have been out for a couple of years. The album's been out for like a year and a half. This album has, but a couple of these songs are about 4 years old, 4-ish years old, and I've heard them before. And like I said, it's always struck me as that's really good, right? Yeah, listening to the album, it's a no-brainer. I've liked what I've heard so far. I'm going to pick this up. I got my laptop here with like the list of songs on here just to give some impressions of it. Overall, though, I do have to say, I think she's one of the best singers out there right now. Vocally, these songs are really good. I don't really get a hint of auto-tune or vocal correction in general. I don't know if they did use it on the album, but the couple live clips I've seen, she can hit the notes, right? From what I can hear, it doesn't sound like there's any voice or pitch correction on the album. I don't know why they use that at all with certain singers. Some of these singers, you could tell they use it and they don't need to. You hear them sing the song without it and they can hit the notes, right? She's one of those singers. If any pitch correction was used, it shouldn't have been. She can hit the notes. Vocally, at times, she reminds me a bit of Kate Bush sometimes, just the way she sounds. Also, that 80s synth vibe that's on a lot of the songs here reminds me of that. You know what I mean? Joni Mitchell, too. She reminds me vocally on some of these songs of Joni Mitchell. Yeah, and I really like a lot of them having that kind of 80s sound, you know? They use a lot of synth stuff on a number of the songs. But looking over it, like, my favorite song, I'll just tell you, my favorite song on the album is Kaleidoscope. That's an incredibly well-written song, which when I looked up the songwriting credits, Chappell Roan is the primary songwriter on all of these, or that's what it said on the thing. She's listed as the primary songwriter on all of them. And the other songwriters, it's like the same names coming up on all of them. Like she worked with a couple of people. And the songs all feel very personal, which I like. I personally like that. I always like that about Joni Mitchell, how personal it feels. And, you know, she also reminds me, Chappell Roan reminds me a bit of St. Vincent, who I also really like. You know what I mean? But the song Kaleidoscope, listening to that, that's a really hard song to sing. I don't think there's a lot of people that can sing that. People that come to mind would be like Joni Mitchell. I've heard Frank Sinatra sing intervals like that, like Chappell Roan is doing. Tony Bennett. I think Amy Winehouse could probably do that kind of thing. Not a lot of people could do that. Even great singers can struggle with like where the notes are, you're going up and back down in these big intervals. and it's impressive. It's impressive. She's an incredible singer. Let's see, what's another one I thought was particularly good? Picture You. That's really got like this, that song sounds like it could have come out in the 50s or 60s, like old style rock, country ballad kind of thing. You know, I like that. Coffee, that's a really impressive little jazz number. A lot of this stuff on here, the dance numbers are very funky. But the album is all over the place. There's funk, there's like groove, disco, ballads, jazz. It is all over the place, and I really like it. The song California is really good. I think a lot of people have heard the one Hot to Go, which I like. I like the little dance that goes with, you know, H-O-T-T, you know, yeah. O-G-O, Hot to Go. Yeah, I like that. I like the little dance. We're doing a little YMCA kind of thing there, you know? Kind of cool. But all the songs were good. Like, really good. This woman is an incredibly good songwriter and an incredibly good singer. And being the primary songwriter on this, like I said, all the songs sound very personal. This is a very adult album in numerous ways. Also, a lot of the lyrical content and themes on it are maybe stuff that you should stick with adults. You know, don't go playing this for your kids, maybe. Depending on the kid, I guess. My kid likes Hot to Go. She knows the dance. You know what I mean? They put it on things. It's on YouTube. So, anyway, like I said, I really, really like this album. A lot. And I like some of the music videos, too, because I watched it on YouTube, you know, where you put on the playlist. So it brings up the videos, too. What was the one? Casual. I love the video for that. She goes to the beach and there's, you know, people mysteriously dying, and there's this really sexy female sea creature, the sea creature woman, you know, green skin and all that comes out of the ocean, and they fall in love, and then the sea creature thing leaves her and she's all upset. I like the sea creature. Fall in love with a sea creature. That was cool. I really liked that. And I really like the video for Pink Pony Club too. I like the dancing. I liked all of her videos. All the ones that had videos with them were enjoyable. The videos are good. The music is just incredible. Yeah. I don't know. What else can I say? It's an album you need to hear. You need to hear this album. Yeah, I know she's all over the news right now. Something, I guess her Grammy performance was a big deal. I watched part of it that she did Pink Pony Club, which is such a good song. That thing's a banger, man. It's so poppy in a modern kind of way, but it goes in directions you don't expect if you mostly listen to modern pop music. This woman is an adept songwriter. These songs just, they move in unexpected ways, and I really like that. I really do. I don't want to know what's coming next. I want to hear something that makes me go, ooh, that's good. You know what I mean? When I'm listening to a song, I want it to impress me, and I like that. I like that about Chappell Roan. Everything I've heard of hers, this whole album, the whole thing impressed me. Even the real straightforward, just dance, funk, disco kind of stuff, it got me. They're good, and the songs are well written and they're catchy. It gets stuck in your head. Pink Pony Club and Hot to Go, those songs they can get stuck because they're catchy. Especially Hot to Go. That is a really, really catchy number. And I also like her use of the bridge. A lot of these songs have bridges in them. People don't use bridges anymore. I like bridges. I like it when a song has a bridge. Yeah. And her verses, unlike a lot of modern pop music, are full verses. Like, these are full songs. Verse, a whole chorus. It's not just a hook. I get tired of everything being the hook. These are better than that. Way better. It feels very progressive and approachable at the same time, right? I love progressive music. It's one of the reasons why I love artists like I mentioned before, St. Vincent, who Chappell Roan kind of reminds me of. But Chappell Roan, yeah. Chappell Roan's music is more approachable. St. Vincent's is it's a little on the highbrow side for some people. Chappell Roan is much more approachable, but also progressive like that. I like that. This is music that can be top 40, that's also incredibly well done, very well thought out, has a lot of unexpected stuff in it. So much of the top 40, you know what's coming. So from the first note, you know what this song is. You know what's coming. It's a hook with a beat and a simple chord progression that's been used a million times. I appreciate artists that don't do that, that do this. Actually write a real song that's well done and well thought out. So yeah, man, even if you're not into pop music, which I know a lot of you ain't, you're not really into that kind of thing, this is worth listening to. This is an album worth appreciating because it has stuff to appreciate. Yeah, there you go. It has a lot of stuff that you can appreciate if you're a musician, if you're into music, like actual music. This is worth listening to. So there you go. That's my thoughts on it. This has now become one of my favorite albums. I've heard some people online when I started looking at it, while I was listening to it and looking up stuff about it, people saying this is a masterpiece, this album. That's a big word. And I agree. I find myself agreeing with them. When I heard that, I'm like, yeah, right. Nah, it is. This is a really incredible album. And because it is so all over the place with it, there's something for you in there, whatever type of music you're really into, unless you only listen to heavy metal, right? Which there are people that are like that. But there's a lot of different vibes, a lot of different feels, a lot of different vibes on here. You'll find something for you. And you might even find that you really like her take on some of the things you don't normally like. Like I said, like modern pop music, not my favorite form of music. I like hers a lot. So there you go. You need to hear this album, Rise and Fall. The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. Yeah, kind of a long album name, but cool. I like it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. And while you're at it, check out my albums. They're on streaming down below there. And Sad and Alone, Live from the Back Room, my most recent acoustic album. There's a playlist going to come up in a minute. You can check it out. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Love y'all. Peace out, baby. Bye-bye.